Hey, what's going on? David Arrington here. Week 2 of our Becoming Unstoppable series. We want your confidence to soar, and we're giving you the tips, techniques, and tricks to do just that for the next 10 weeks. So today, I want you to, if you're loving this, drop a like, share, comment, and check out the community where we're doing some other stuff that we're not doing here on YouTube. So with that said, week 2 starts right now. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta lower the bar. If you're gonna raise your confidence, you've got to lower the bar. Why? Because if you're like me, a recovering perfectionist, or you are a current perfectionist, you're putting yourself in an impossible situation. When I work with people now and they tell me they're perfectionists, I hear it as a cry for help, because what you're saying is, I'm striving to be perfect, which is unattainable, which is a catch-22, which means you'll never get there, which means you can never celebrate, which means you're always going to be frustrated because you're never going to be able to complete things to your level of satisfaction, which I'm so glad that you have a very high expectation, but don't set your expectations so high that you can never meet it. Don't paint yourself into a corner you can never get out of. Don't put yourself in a position where you can never win. And being a perfectionist does just that. Now, wait, I may sound like I'm giving only the downside. The upside of being a perfectionist is there's a ton of added stress. And guess what? You have the privilege of obsessing over inconsequential things. Good times. So if you're really going to get your confidence back, you're going to have to lower the bar. What I'm telling you, as a perfectionist, you're probably at a 15. I'm going to need you to bring that down to an 8. I need you to slow down and actually achieve realistic goals. So let's just change the words. So instead of perfection, why don't we go for excellent? Instead of perfection, why don't we go for phenomenal? Instead of perfection, why don't we go for outstanding or extraordinary or exceptional? Why don't we go for things we can achieve and not things we can't achieve? Because like I said, when you put yourself in a position where you can never win, you never get to celebrate. You're constantly, if you turn in a project, you never say, oh, that was great. You say, well, we didn't get to do this, 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 and this. You're constantly looking at what you didn't get to do instead of what you just did. And you also slow down your productivity, because when you're a perfectionist, you're going to go over and over and over and over. And while being thorough is important, being a perfectionist is going to short circuit your success, because your team is going to see it as you dragging your feet. Your supervisor, your clients are going to be wondering what's taking you so long to do something. And perfectionism, while it sounds good on paper, it just doesn't pan out. It's just going to leave you frustrated. It's going to leave you a little bit angry, and it's going to leave you feeling unfulfilled. And definitely it's going to crater your confidence. So here's what you got to do to break this perfectionist habit. First, you got to affirm what you did, not what you didn't. So if you're going to affirm what you did, yes, we got the project in on time. Was it perfect? No, it was in on time. It was done at an excellent level. It was exactly what the client wanted. Affirm those things. Don't look at all the things you couldn't get done because it wasn't perfect. Celebrate with your team, or even celebrate if you're a solopreneur. Just take a minute, take a victory lap, and celebrate that you got it done and they were happy with it, because it's about what they want, not what you want. So you got to affirm what you did, not what you didn't. The next thing I need you to do is I need you to focus on being productive, not perfect. See, if you're focusing on being productive, you get things out. You're actually finishing things. You're actually getting things done. You're moving forward. You're scratching things off the to-do list. Goals are being hit. Projects are being finished and turned in. You're moving on to other things. When you're focusing on perfection, you start obsessing over the littlest things, and now your entire workflow comes to a screeching halt. And guess what? All this just kills your confidence, because now you're looking at clients who are looking at you, and you're thinking, well, I'm just trying to make it perfect. Why don't they want that? And they're looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Can you just turn the thing in? Can you just get it done? Confidence will soar when you can check things off your list, when you can scratch them off and say it's done. The client loved it. My boss loved it. We're moving forward. Last thing I need you to do, and you got to do this at the beginning of any project, any new undertaking, set a finish point. Here's the point where it's excellent, where this is where I can say I'm done, it's accomplished, we can move on, we can move forward. Now, if revisions come back, that's cool. But what you're saying is, this is the point I say I can turn it and I feel comfortable. And you got to put that point at a place where it's not perfect. Understand that perfection is an aspiration, not a destination, but it will leave you with desperation. What will happen is you have to understand that it's an aspiration. It's just like we're trying to get really, really good, and that's where the words excellence and extraordinary and outstanding come in. So stop trying to get it perfect, because You'll never be able to do perfect, but you can do outstanding, exceptional, phenomenal, excellent all day long. Set the game up so you can actually win. Well, week 2's done. Lower the bar so you can win. Go for excellence, not perfection. Well, I'll be back next week, but between now and then, you better make today count.